All right, here y'all go. Here's what it is. It's a Resilient Sounds Gold V215. I think it's tuning rated like 32. Then I also got the tar amps, whatever, Big Boss 3. As you can see in the thumbnail, it ain't no clickbait. I was back here trying to set the gains on this thing. I wasn't out here, 5 minutes, and then here the law shows up.
What's up, man? Hello. Nice dog. Playing about the music. How much of it were you running back? Billions.
See, I'm making on the fuse holder, everything in the router, the ends of it and stuff. They just had his sitting on top of his fuse box, burning all the way through. About caught that car on fire and everything. Because he was literally just sitting there and it's sparking inside of there. Just melting straight down through it. Yeah, I ended up changing these terminals out too. Makes it easier.
I was gonna say Big Three, good.
Yeah, no, you got it. Yeah. That's probably the next thing.
Pretty nice. Set your grounds up good.
But no, I ran all this, double loaned it, ran it through there, and we used it's a waterproof drum. You ever seen them?
On both sides.
Yeah.
Twisted
Locks it together. Yeah. Ran it all the way through my truck. I ran it along the factory wiring harness, so everything is tucked in me because I can't stand people's stuff. It's just
thrown everywhere.
That's what you're usually paying for, is the guy that can hide it.
The guy that can hide it.
Yeah.
And the guy that can fab it to put it in there.
That's why I started.
I just wanted to cut in here and say, like, these guys are sitting here talking to me. They was cool as hell. He was talking to me about a system he had and stuff like that, but they was really cool about it and understanding. He was just telling me, I was within my right to be doing what I was doing as long as I wasn't causing no commotion, knocking people's pictures off the wall. But a little background is when I was in the trunk, as you can see, I didn't see that white truck pull up. I wasn't working this day and everybody else was at work. I know all my neighbors, the older neighborhood, and things, just being distracted and stuff. And then next thing I know, they pull up. But they was really cool about it, understanding, telling me I was fine, keep doing what I was doing. That they would just have to inform any more people that would call that, I was within the noise ordinance and time limit and stuff like that. This was at noon, middle of the day, so, when I was just testing my clipping tonight, didn't have my music on too long. That's why when they pulled up, it was already undone. I was just checking the clipping with one of the oscilloscopes I had mentioned, or the oscopes I had mentioned earlier, but I was just checking the RCA output, so I actually already had the speakers unplugged, so, or at least the sub itself, and I was just playing test tones, so the actual music wasn't playing. Alright, here y'all go. Here's what it is. It's a Resilient Sounds Gold V215. I think it's tuning rated like 32. Then I also got the tar amps, whatever, Big Boss 3. As you can see in the thumbnail, it ain't no clickbait. I was back here trying to set the gains on this thing. I wasn't out here, 5 minutes, and then here the law shows up. But on another thing, I done went through like 3 different oscilloscopes, and I don't know if it's just with these smart amps or what it is, but for some reason I cannot get a clip signal. It'd be like a little like jagged at the peaks, stuff like that, but it just wouldn't get a clip signal. I thought it was oscilloscope, so I then went and got 3 different ones. Let's see, I do got a line out converter.
I changed it from the kicker to the pack audio LP 7-2 or something like that. Hold on, I'll show you. I just got it ran from the factory amp under here. I'm going to tidy all this up, but I had to pull the clip out so I can fit these big OFC RCAs in there. But that's what we're going with. I then ordered this one because it actually had a clip monitor on it. It's recoil. It's pretty good, but it just has two high. Alright, so installing this bass plug or bass knob. So installing this bass knob, I had to rotate these or flip these. Now I'm having to Dremel out here and here a little bit where they connect, because I did have some flipped and they were hex head that I thought actually looked better, but they was getting caught and I didn't want to cut these out. So I'm just taking a Dremel to it, scoring it out. Make sure you get it on the back too, like this I am. That way it can slide out easy. That way if you ever need to service it, it ain't gonna be catching on the head. See, I was originally gonna go with this. And that way, just leave it plugged into my amp. And then when I was done, just cap it off. Then run it to this wire that was gonna be right there, but I think I got a better idea. It's gonna look better. Plus, it's only a foot. That's the only size that came in. So I didn't want this just hanging out like that. So you see what I'm talking about. I've done ordered everything. I don't know if it's gonna be in this video or what, but I'm gonna put an Anderson connector here. I'm wanting to, and then I'm gonna take RCA and the bass knob jack and put it here. I got round ones in case, you know, the Anderson connector don't fit, and then I can just run grommets out here and run the power through here. But I'm about to get to it, take all this out, I have to pull this back out. I don't know if I'll be able to give y'all a demo in this video because I play the music off my phone, so we'll see what I can do. But the reason I'm running the Anderson connector, a quick disconnect, because I ride dirt bikes and I race dirt bikes. The reason why I'm running the Anderson connector is because I race dirt bikes, so I want to be able to keep this seat up and also be able to quickly remove all my stuff out of here without having to worry about anything. I'll insert a clip or a picture. I'll put it up on the screen of what the Anderson connector looks like. But that way I can just pull my whole system out really quick. You know, I got a little boy. I don't want, you know, safety reasons, stuff like that. But I want to be able to pull it out quickly and load my stuff in the back of here because I don't have a trailer. I just have a hitch hauler. And that's how I get my dirt bikes and stuff around. So I don't know if you can see it back there, but I'm sure if you're on my channel, then you know what my bike looks like. So that's where we're at right now. You gotta remember, this is only run at 4 ohms, so it's only like 1750 watts. And 1750 watts, so when I rewired all this, it's already broken in. I'm gonna run it to also a thing to note, whenever you are undoing like your amp or anything, what I like to do is make sure I go back and tighten these back down, because in the process of carrying them inside and out or moving them or whatever, they can easily fall out and get lost. Just a quick note. Not saying that's what you gotta do, that's just what I like to do. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. It's gonna be there whenever you come back to it. Another thing, I am gonna put like an amp rack I bought. Hopefully I'm wanting to have this amp set like this so I can still use my back seat. At least this one. I don't know if I'm gonna flip that up, have it like at the window line or what, but later on I was thinking about doing this whole thing acrylic, getting 2 of these, putting one here, like etching out Moto Orky, the YouTube channel name here, putting a beauty panel over it, some LED lights just so you could see it. And I was thinking about getting 2 speakers, inverting them and having them sitting up here and have like clear plexiglass or something if I didn't invert them so you could see it, because these Resilient Sound speakers, they're beautiful. The back of them has a not gold, I'm sorry, but chrome magnet, rubber surround with the name on it. But what I was wanting to do is have all this come out here, quick disconnect, and that way I can just easily disconnect it, take the stuff in the house. But what I'm gonna do now, take this whole thing off and see if the other piece will fit in here. I'll show y'all here in a second. Y'all give me y'all's opinion on what y'all think y'all like better. But so the thing is, this thing has air ride in the back, so whenever I'm hauling my bikes or something, I automatically adjust the height of the rear end. So I gotta take that into account to make sure I got enough room to run it in there. I'll show you. See, something like that. Coming out of the wires coming out here, it can quickly disconnect. So leaving this on. I looked into the Steve Mead SMD like quick speaker release thing. I forgot what it's called, like the Neo something. I was thinking about putting it over there, but if I was to just keep the amp in here on the rack, then I probably would have, you know, got that, and that way I could have just pulled my box or whatever. But all of this is going to be easily coming out, so whole system is going to be quick disconnect with 1/aught cable. Stay tuned. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all made it this far, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot. Hit the like button, comment. I'll respond back to every comment. So here's the plan. I wanted to take both of these wires, put them in this. This is called an Anderson connector. Waited forever on this to come in as it is. I want to stick it right here, so it'll be flush like that, but on the inside. So I found out it would fit with the screw hose and stuff, but with all this bracketing in here for the air suspension and stuff, I don't know if it's gonna work and hit it. But if so, I was gonna run this here, and then where this is square too, I was gonna hook my bass knob to this and have these up here and my RCA out to this. And I'm OCD when it comes to it, that's why they're all square. But if not, then I'm just gonna have to cut hose to there. Run these little plastic grommets here, one for the power, one for ground. Run it out. And then what'll happen is that when they run out of here, this will have to sit here, or I was gonna mount it down like right here. And then I can plug the other one into it and out of it. I was thinking maybe this was a little bit better option, just in case anything happens I could see. But then I also got this access panel for that way too. Probably be the easier way, but I'd rather it look better. But if I did have to run that and then run it with these plastic grommets through here, then I have these, one for RCA and it's recessed, and then this one for the bass knob. I could run them here, or one above one another. Let me know what y'all think. I sit here and man stare at it until I figure out what I can do. Alright, so I done it. What do y'all think? That's what it's gonna look like. Let's see, get a closer view. You know, of course I ain't screwed it in, but it's gonna look like that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.